Hi everyone, welcome to Lulu on 2. Every once in a while I have to go, wait, is today really Tuesday? I'm not used to doing this yet. Happy December. I love, you all know, do you know? I love cold, freezing cold, sub-zero. I love wind. I love snow. I couldn't, unless I absolutely had to for some reason, which I can't imagine what that would be, but I love, I could not live south, I guess is the thing, is I need cold weather. If anything, I would probably move north where winter or cool weather was for a longer period of time and summers were not, 90 and humidity. But anyway, how are you? I'm on my way today, and I think I'll take you along if I remember. I don't really vlog. I'm not really great at vlogging. I don't really know how to vlog. But I'm on my way to a sweet, sweet little town in the, I'm going to call it suburbs of Chicago. I don't know if they would consider themselves a suburb of Chicago. They might just call themselves a town, in Illinois. But it's Geneva. It's straight west of Chicago proper. I'm going to say, I don't know what I'm going to say, 40 miles? Which may sound like a lot, but it's really not when you're in a large metropolitan area. Let's do a little geography lesson for those of you who don't know my favorite city in the whole wide world. So you've got Chicago. You hear about Chicago on the news, whatever. Sometimes, probably most of the time, you hear about one particular section of Chicago, but I assure you, Chicago is a very, very clean, easy to navigate, fabulous shopping. The neighborhoods are incredible, and it still very much is a large city that is made up of neighborhoods. And some of those neighborhoods are really bad neighborhoods, gunshots all night long and drive-by shootings. But for the most part, I would walk just about anywhere. I would be smart about it, but for the most part, I have no problem walking alone in the city of Chicago, particularly anywhere in the, we have downtown. Oh, this is not good with the sun. I'll be back. Okay, hopefully this is a little better. Anyway, we have, they call it the Loop, and they call it downtown. Then you have the Mag Mile, you have Streeterville, you have all these places that are kind of near the lake, shopping districts, big time shopping, high rent. So all of those kind of can combine. Mag Mile, they're all within walking distance of each other. Some are long walks, but when VITO was in the hospital, he was off of, Northwestern Hospital was off of the Mag Mile, and just a little bit away from the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is more of the residential area, which is north of Mag Mile, right along Michigan Avenue. And the reason it's called the Gold Coast, a lot of people think it's because, it's all $2, $3, $4 million condos or something like that. All mostly older buildings, beautiful, renovated. But actually, if you were to fly over the Lake Michigan, the city, Lake Michigan coast overnight in a plane, obviously, it glows like gold. Now, I will tell you, with all these new lights, LED and all of that, I'm not sure if it actually still looks gold, but it used to literally look like just this blazing trail of gold where the lake met the city in that particular area because of Lakeshore Drive, because of the lights on Lakeshore Drive, and Lakeshore Drive follows the lake north to south through the city. And so that's why it's called the Gold Coast, because it looked like it was made out of gold. And then you add to it all that money along Lakeshore Drive, and it kind of takes up a double meaning. Anyway, geography. So I'm going to Geneva, and it's I consider it a suburb because Chicago is just one sprawling thing, just one. You have the city, and it is in Cook County, and a lot of people equate Chicago as Cook County. No, there are many, many, many suburbs in Cook County outside of Chicago. And then you have something we call the collar counties. Those are counties that border Cook County. I'm in one of those collar counties. I'm in DuPage, but you've got Lake, you've got Will, you've got DuPage, and Kane. I'm thinking Geneva is either, I think Geneva might be in Kane County, or it's DuPage. Anyway, Kane County is becoming so populated, and Will County is becoming so populated that they're just now just one big part of the Chicago metropolitan area. And am I supposed to be turning here? I think maybe I am. Anyway, so Geneva is in one of those farther collar counties, and you know, in Chicago, you don't even know when you're passing from one suburb to the other. Like literally, it's just, you know, buildings and shopping centers and companies and streets and houses, and you know, just again, most of you who live in big cities know exactly what I'm talking about. But I realize there's a good chunk of you that don't live in very, very large cities or even any size. So I just wanted you to understand what I was doing. The camera's a little crooked, huh? So I'm going out to Geneva, Illinois. Geneva is an adorable city. It's the kind of little town that maybe, I'm trying to think, is very quaint. You know, a few streets of just shopping, and these stores are old houses that have been renovated. And and they're all boutique-y. There aren't any chain stores. Lots of cute little coffee shops, wine bars, restaurants intermingled. And everything you find there is, you know, pretty much one of a kind, because it's very much boutique-y, as one would say. And what can I say? I love it. I love it, and I'm going and doing a little window shopping. I'll take you along and hopefully show you at least the streets, or maybe the outside of these old houses that have been renovated. The most famous, which feel free to Google, is Little Travelers. It's the biggest of the mansions, so to speak, and it has many, many rooms. Now, whether some of these rooms are additions over the years, I don't know, but each room, some of them quite large, are dedicated to, like, you will have an infant's shop, you'll have a card shop, you'll have a candle shop, you'll have a Tiffany lamp shop, you'll have artificial flowers, you'll have a bath shop, a wine shop, a clothing, women's clothing, men's clothing. I'm trying to think of all of them. Knickknacks, a clock, you know, just every room you walk into is suddenly a different little store. So it's as though you have 20 stores within a store. But it's not consignment, it's not like that. It is all the Little Travelers, and that's how they've decided to, much like a department store, right? You have your nightwear, and you have your, you know, your kitchen appliances here, and you have, you know, the next department is shoes, the next department is tops, the next department is, you know, formal makeup. And it's just, you know, it's just lovely. And it's if you go vacationing and you go to these little towns that have these boutiques, I know the ones in the Midwest, but maybe Cape Codish, and I'm sure there's many in every state, you know, around the Midwest. I think of Holland, Michigan, and Saugatuck, and Olive Door County, Madison, Wisconsin. That area has quite a few little towns around Madison that are small art communities. Isn't this a lovely Lou on too? So that's where I'm headed to, is Geneva. Do a little browsing, a little shopping, a little this, a little that, and I hope to take you along for my Lou on 2. And now you know a little bit more about Chicago and the geography and how lovely, lovely the city is. As a matter of fact, I was in the city, Mag Mile, on Saturday meeting friends at the Drake, which is just a Chicago kind of institution. I don't know what else to say. It's a beautiful old hotel that's been around forever. And they do high tea. And we did high tea at the Drake. And that's probably worth the video itself, because it's a magnificent experience, but more so the people, the women, the friends that I met there. That's a story. I need to do, you know, I'm going to do it really quickly. I'm at 7 minutes, probably longer. I have had an online friendship with 2 women for over 10 years. We met in a forum. The forum kind of dissolved. The forum was around food. It was a Nutrisystem forum, I believe, and you would join forums like people with toddlers, over 65, newbies, returning, recipe forum, just all kinds of forums. And people who joined in November forum, people who joined in September forum. And so that's how we met. And the forum, like most diet kind of things, just you go for it, and then the three of us somehow stayed together, and then we created our own little private forum on another hosting site. We have been writing in our forum, the three of us, almost every day for over 10 years. Almost, you skip a day here, you skip a day here, you're on vacation, you can't get to it, the kids are sick, whatever. But for the most part, they know more about me, I think, than anyone. I mean, it's like journaling. And we have created, and we've never met, and we've never spoken. We've never met, and we've never spoken. Well, one lives in the Pittsburgh area. She used to be in West Virginia, and the other is in kind of east central Indiana. Every once in a while, she will do a day trip to Chicago, and she was doing that and said, "Hey, do you want to meet?" And I'm like, oh my goodness. She loves tea. She has tea parties for her daughters on certain birthdays. She just loves having teas and the whole idea of a tea party. I said, okay, if we can swing it, we've got to do high tea at the Drake. It is a Chicago Christmas, well, it's a tradition anytime. But there are some, like lunch at the Walnut Room in what used to be Marshall Fields, and now Macy's has taken over. I boycott them for that. The Christmas Carol at the John Goodman, and tea, high tea at the Drake. They're just really old Chicago traditions for those of us who are truly Chicagoans, and, well, for anyone, but those of us who really appreciate the history of the city. I sound a little snooty, don't I? Anyway, so she came. So you can't even imagine meeting someone that you have been talking to for over 10 years and have never met, but you feel like you were born attached at the hip. And we are all, the three of us are very different. Probably their names are Amy and Dawn. Amy and Dawn are I'm going to say, much more similar. I'm like the odd one out, just in terms of living in a big city, lifestyle, just stuff. And it was, I don't even know how to say it. It was just incredible. So now I'm off to Geneva. As a matter of fact, Little Travelers has a tea, I believe. They have a little cafe, shall we call it, bistro? I don't know, inside, and that's also very lovely, finger sandwiches and things. So you all, I'll be back. I hope to vlog, kind of, sort of. I don't plan on shopping. Truly, I don't. I have been shopping for this house, like from major furniture to little knickknacks to Christmas to tools to, anyway. You all have, if I don't come back for whatever reason, have a great day. Thanks for indulging me here with my trip down memory lane of Chicago and the collar counties. And I hope I bring you along. Remember to do this once I get into Geneva. And 3rd Street is the street, but 2nd has some, and then the main street, which is, I call Roosevelt Road, it's probably called Main Street there, Route 38, State Street, they might call it State Street there. All these wonderful little stores, but mainly I'm going to be there on 3rd Street. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And so we come to Little Traveler. See, it's just kind of one big, sprawling house that just keeps sprawling. And sprawling. So, let's see what goodies we shall find in here today. let's just see. What is Pelindra lavender? Love lavender. I'm gonna go see what that is. How adorable is that? We shall see. What a sweet sound. Sit and warm yourself a little. It's a magnificent little town. Of course. What a great makeup storage kit. Is this for sale? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even want to ask how much. Oh, of course. Reclaimed industrial cabinet. 1500. Well, we might need to be on the hunt for one that's not reclaimed or something. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Perfection. But look at this. Oh, what a beautiful cheese plate.
Literally can't take him anywhere. Joey, do you not realize how we were actually done?
So here you go, a typical, Wright House, circa 1853. So we'll see what this is about. I tried it on, but it has these bell-like sleeves, and I'm not in the least do I like bell or wide sleeves. Otherwise it was gorgeous. Darn.
Oh, okay. These are cute. But the other store has a really cute outfit.
Oh my gosh, do I love this or what? Antiques and elements. One last hurrah around this little square, and back home I go. Had a fun day. Very fun day. And that was my day. Thanks for Luan too. I'm gonna hopefully edit it down a bit. And you spent the day with me, and I appreciate that. So I'm on my way home. What time is it? Almost 5, 20 to 5. And bought a few goodies. I didn't think I was gonna shop, but I bought a few, that catch your eye and you go, oh, maybe I need that. And I didn't even know it. Have a great week, day, evening, morning. Take care. Bye-bye.